Greetings, cousins, and welcome to the very first segment of the very first episode of This Old Hood, presented by the Blacks and Greens Sustainable Square Mile crew. Together, we're building walk to work, walk to shop, walk to learn, walk to play villages where African Americans own the businesses, own the land, and live the conservation lifestyle. We are working to increase the rate at which neighbor-owned businesses are created and sustained. We're building the capacity of neighbors to own, develop, and manage the property in their communities. And we're advancing the conservation lifestyle, what we call the beautiful life. So we're the authors and the teachers of the 8 Principles of Green Village Building and the 12 Propositions of Grannynomics. And along the way, we're building economies in energy, horticulture, housing, tourism, and waste, all to achieve our main goal, an increase in household income for our legacy neighbors, measurable and meaningful. I'm Naomi Davis, founder and CEO of Big Blacks and Green, and I'm here in what we lovingly call the Blonde Bombshell, a property we bought after a great fire in January 2021. And we're here in the Obama Presidential District, in the southernmost tip of the Black Belt of the Black metropolis in Bronzeville, USA. It's the yellow brick side of the green living room here on Cottage Grove, where we'll show you step by step how we're restoring her as a living building. And that is the highest standard for constructing and restoring structures in America. Today, you're going to meet the crew up close and personal and learn about their specialties. In our process, Black communities are financed to design, represent, direct, and benefit from economic development where we live. So join us. We're building a buffer of resilience against the ravages of the climate crisis, which, as we know, hits Black communities first and worst, where we've historically been resourced least and last. But fellow change agents, join us as we march to triumph. We are asking you and inviting you and encouraging you to sign up for a free access pass to our crew through our Green Hub in the Hood portal, here at the intersection of environment, economy, and equity. Stay with us for every episode as we demonstrate our proof of concept. And here it is, that only a whole system solution can transform the whole system problem common to Black communities everywhere. And so we're aiming for 60 green living rooms across the city, 60 sustainable square miles to go with them, and 10,000 across the country. We're in this way looking to restore our place in the world. Today's episode is going to highlight fuel switching, decarbonization, electrification, beneficial electrification. Oh my God, what's that? Well, remember whale blubber? No, you don't. Stay tuned with us, and we're going to take a journey into thriving communities, how to create them, how to maintain them over time, at scale, where African Americans live. And now to Stephanie, who's waiting for us at the crossroads of commerce in our sustainable square mile of West Woodlawn. Welcome.
So true, Naomi. Standing here on the Cottage Grove Cultural Corridor in the Obama Presidential District, I'm Stephanie Green, commercial real estate attorney and managing member of Procreative Law, LLC, attorney to both aspiring and seasoned real estate developers, and counsel to Blacks and Green with their growing campus of gardens, building renovations, new construction, leading-edge green infrastructure, and high-performance energy upgrading. Together with leading Black developers, institutional allies, progressive funders, frontline partners, subject matter experts, and our beloved West Woodlawn neighbors.
Ending energy poverty!
We're going back to the future, to the time when our businesses crowned these corridors. Our children and youth must know about our triumphant past. Do you remember when these corridors were thriving and we walked to and patronized Black-owned businesses here? Join us to learn more about BIG's third principle of Green Village building, offered to prevent retail bleed, otherwise known as Gotta Leave the Hood to Shop? And now for a walk inside the Green Village we're building here in Woodlawn. Passing the baton to you, David.
Thank you, Stephanie, for making sure we remember the triumph in our journey here in great migration cities like Chicago. And one of America's best reminders of our gift to its greatness is the story of the Till Mobley family. Some of you may remember the story of how Mamie Till Mobley forgave the murders of her son Emmett because she felt that peace and healing were most important to move forward after that great tragedy. And that peace and healing is representative in the way that the land heals and regenerates. We remove it from the sin of destruction and bring back the life-giving care that is happening here in this garden. This is an example of how we're using green infrastructure to provide multiple benefits and values in the neighborhood. So not only is it beautiful, but it is also absorbing rainwater, it's providing habitat for pollinators and other beneficial insects. It's an example of how we're building a new green economy around horticulture as one of our primary pillars. So all of those things are taking place here. One of the things that we're doing in this demonstration rainwater parkway garden is using a practice that was developed in Germany to heal industrial lands in a way that requires very little daily maintenance and very little water and other inputs. So it's a low input way of maintaining a garden, but also using native plants and flowering species native to this part of the county. So we're bringing together best practices in green infrastructure to transform sites like this throughout the entire neighborhood. We envision transforming virtually every surface with these living technologies to benefit the community. One of those functions and values is also growing food. And our colleague Gwen is going to show how people that originally settled this neighborhood had backyard gardens as part of their conservation lifestyle.
Hi y'all, I'm Chef Gwen. I'm here in the Green Living Room, Raised Bed Garden Cafe, which this season hosted the Collard Green Corner. The answer is, grow your gardens. The question is, what if the truck don't come? Do you remember when COVID hit and the grocery stores didn't have any food? Well, the climate crisis and extreme weather are going to keep our supply chains unstable. So in 2023, every household in our sustainable square mile will get free vegetable starch, soil supplies, and coaching on how to grow your own food. Chemical-free, non-genetically modified food is the way to go. It saves money, removes toxins, it calms your nerves, and heals the earth, and you will feel accomplished. You have the power to grow your own. Next steps? Tune in every month to The Big Kitchen. We're learning how to cook without gas in a free class at The Big Kitchen and having fun with friends hosting cooking parties. The future of cooking clean is now. Nuri, tell us about past and future.
I'm Nuri Medina, and I'm going to speak a little bit about the past and the future of West Woodlawn. So this is the home of Emmett Till and Mamie Till Mobley at 6427 South St. Lawrence. And it is located in the West Woodlawn community, and this is where Mamie and her son Emmett lived before Emmett's fateful trip to Mississippi in 1955. The building's been designated as a landmark by the city of Chicago.
We are Emmett!
Yes. We are Mamie!
We are Mamie!
has actually approved a grant for $250,000 to renovate the exterior of the building. We see this building really as a pilot for the complete retrofit of the typical two-flat building in West Woodlawn. Our plan is to renovate the interior of the building as a passive building, completely net zero energy, with solar panels on the roof, biovoltaic, which means green infrastructure growth along with the solar panels on the roof, EV charging stations, and a complete sustainable building. We hope to establish the building as a museum, as the Emmett Till and Mamie Till Mobley House Museum, and as an international tourist destination here in the Obama Presidential District, and as a member of Chicago's Black House Museum Coalition. We hope to establish this building here as a pilot, and we know that many of the typical buildings here, the two-flat buildings here in West Woodlawn, suffer from deferred maintenance and the need of weatherization. But we're going to pass it to Mike Neal, who can give you some information on that.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Mike Neal. My company is MTN and Associates, Inc. I'm a community business economic development consultant, small business advocate, but for this particular area, I'm dealing with more housing, affordable housing, safe housing, healthy housing, and energy efficient housing. So today I just want to give a couple of pointers of, particularly with low income and seniors, in the rise of utility bills from gas and from the electrical. It becomes very challenging for seniors. Many times they have to make a decision for their medication or to pay for their heat. And many times they have to get their medication and they suffer because of the heat, so their houses not being insulated properly. Pocketbook issues when it comes to low income homeowners, and particularly seniors, have a struggle in maintaining their utility bills. And contact BIG, because we have a slew of subject matter experts in many fields, and we can help steer you to the right direction. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Jewell to give you a better understanding on which approach to take with your rehab.
Hello, I'm Jewell, an architect with TBDA, proud to be working with Blacks in Green on a deep energy retrofit and decarbonization of the Green Living Room. A beautiful, sustainable neighborhood is made up of a lot of small but important things. We can make better use of our green spaces, we can support local businesses, and crucially important, we can renovate our buildings to make them more comfortable, energy efficient, and affordable, to support occupant health and well-being and reduce the energy cost burden. Through improved insulation and proper air sealing, you can reduce wasted cooling and heat loss through leaky walls and poorly insulated roofs. Dreading that next bill in your mailbox? Well, energy savings equals just that, cash savings in the form of lower utility bills. With proper weatherization and good insulation, old buildings can reduce their energy use by 50 to 80%. And by tying into renewable energy through rooftop solar panels or a neighborhood microgrid, you can get those energy bills close to zero, helping your neighborhood and the planet along the way. Let's step next door to Enterprise Hall and hear about how we get this done.
Welcome to Enterprise Hall, where Blacks in Green is providing training for jobs in the new green economy. Come on, let's take a look inside, see what's going on here. So this is Enterprise Hall, where the training happens. As humans, we want the buildings that we occupy to be comfortable, have low energy costs, and have minimal or no impact on the environment, as well as no impact on our own health. To achieve this, the forces of heat flow, air flow, and moisture flow need to be understood and controlled. Participants would be trained and certified in building science and construction techniques that identify how to control those forces that we discussed: heat flow, air flow, and moisture flow. And best of all, big promises to hire all certificate graduates to begin doing energy auditing work right here in the sustainable square mile of West Woodlawn. But not just here. The demand for skilled building energy professionals grow so exponentially that there will be opportunities for employment or for work well into the future. So join us and get set for life in a livelihood that's high-paying and urgently needed in our communities. Hold us to our word and join us for one of our information sessions that begin in November and run through December. I look forward to seeing you there.
Hello, I'm Joseph Clare. I'm a principal and engineer with a firm called DBHMS here in Chicago, and I'm here with the real heroes of decarbonization. If we're going to truly decarbonize our homes and our neighborhoods, we're going to have to stop using natural gas for heating and stop using natural gas to make our hot water, and that's where these come in. These are heat pumps. Now, in the summer, they act just like your air conditioners. They pull heat from the inside the building, pump it outside. But here's the key. In winter, they actually pull heat from the outside and pump it in to keep our spaces warm or to heat our hot water. Now, how can it do that? Works on the same principle as the refrigerator. Your freezer's at 0 degrees, your refrigerator is cool. And even in those scenarios, we're pulling heat from inside the refrigerator and dumping it into the apartment or into the house. And in this case, these will do the same thing. And the technology has advanced so much that there are state, federal, and local incentives to get these into homes. We're going to need installers, we're going to need electricians. We got a lot of opportunity to decarbonize quickly and deeply. So with that, I'll turn it over to Tom to talk more.
Hi, I'm Tom Bassett-Dilley, architect, founder of TBDA, and the architect partner with Blacks and Green for the Sustainable Square Mile. What if a building was as good for its neighborhood as a tree is for its forest? What if, in addition to providing a healthy habitat, it collected its own water, it made its own food, it made its own energy, and it contributed to equity? That's the vision of a living building as articulated by the Living Future Institute. We have a long way to go to make regenerative design the norm, but that is our goal. I'm here at the site of House's Garden, a visionary project based on the big urban homestead model as interpreted by Michael Sorkin, an internationally renowned architect, design philosopher, and my last and favorite architect professor in graduate school. The House's Garden is designed to be a living building. A black middle-income, owner-occupied, and low-income rental housing, which is a gorgeous community land trust project designed to build affordability across generations. All of our projects with Blacks and Green follow the living building model. It's how the Sustainable Square Mile builds belonging for families like yours. Blacks and Green, it's big,